Hello, I'm Elliot, and this is my bike. Oh shit. This is my 2022, or maybe 2023, Brompton P-Line. I love it very much. But there was a couple little things I wanted to change when I first got the bike, one of which was the folding pedals. They worked really well, except for they're a little bit small, and if you're riding in work boots like I do a lot of the time, I would like something with a little bit more meat to them. So I got these nice MKS or Simworks, whatever you want to call them, removable pedals, and they're great. They look cool, they've got a big platform. What more could you want? Well, you could want somewhere to put the pedal when it comes off. When you fold the bike up, you're just stuck with a loose pedal. And that's not ideal. Now, Brompton actually came up with their own version of the removable pedals, and that was great. I thought, well, I can just steal the little pedal mount and put it onto my bike. But you can't, because they're a different size than the MKS ones. So today, I'm going to build my own version of the Brompton pedal holder for this bike. Alright, so let's move over to the drafting table here, and we can have a look at what we're trying to make. So we're going to make a copy of this part here. This is the Brompton removable pedal holder for Brompton pedals. You can see that I have an MKS pedal here, and that doesn't fit. It's not big enough. And what this does is this replaces your brake nut bolt. So it goes into the back of the fork, the brake threads into that, and then this holds the brake on. So this part here basically replaces this little guy here, and it has a recessed hole in the back for your pedal to go into. So I'm just going to measure the basics. I'm going to go over what I need to copy precisely, what dimensions maybe aren't super important, and then we'll see if we have enough room to modify this so I can use it with my pedals. One thing here is you can see there's this tapered kind of, or chamfered shoulder here. And I actually think that might be important for bikes that use the carbon or the aluminum forks. On my bike, obviously, this just threads in and then this whole part sticks out. Another thing that's going to be really hard to do is, you can see on the inside here, there's, maybe you can't, but there's actually an Allen key, a 6mm Allen key interface. I don't have a good way of making that. So instead I might put a flat on here and use the outer section, because this sticks out, to tighten this in. And then I'll just omit this kind of rubber cap, because again, I've used mud guards on my bike. I don't really need that flap, at least I don't think I do. So we have the basic outline sketched out here. So some of these measurements are probably not perfect, but I think it'll be fine. This angle here looks really close to 45 degrees, so it probably is. We're gonna go by that. Some of these stuff, like nominal measurements, don't actually always measure out in the real world, because they'll leave some tolerance for stuff, which is why I like to measure these things actually, so I can see how close they are to a kind of real world scenario. The important part here is this hole here was originally 8mm. My pedal measures out to just under 9mm for the spindle, so like for this part here. So that means we need to drill a 1mm larger hole in here. We can't put an Allen key into that for a couple of reasons, but it should work. I think there's going to be more than enough material on the sides here. This is 12mm. If we drill at a 9mm hole, that's, you know, more than 1.5 mm on each side. It should be fine. So now that I have this drawn out and I've kind of decided which measurements are important, we're going to move over into our CAD software and build a 3D model of this. Alright, so we're in Onshape here. It's free, so I use it. So what I've actually done is I've sketched out the cross section here. So if we cut this in half, you would end up with this as one segment. Because then we're going to be able to go here and we're going to make a revolve shift, which will make our part into more or less exactly what we need. And there's a couple notes here. I have done a hole all the way through this, unlike this one, which has a magnet in there. It doesn't have a hole all the way through. And I'm actually not going to get threads cut into this when they make the part for me. And the reason I'm doing that is because that adds a lot of cost, and it's pretty easy for me to cut that myself. The other thing is that I haven't added yet is I'm going to have to add some flats, I think for a 15mm spanner on the top part here. So I might have to modify this top part a little bit The other thing that I don't yet have and I have to figure out is a magnet or something similar to put into here to hold the pedal in. This is a bit tricky because the stock one magnet is just, I think, glued or pressed in there. I don't love that technique, and it's actually kind of tricky to do as well. So I don't know, I'm gonna see. I might actually see if I can put a little kind of recess in here and then just have an O-ring that sits in and kind of just grips onto my pedal when I stick it on. I think that'll be a pretty simple solution. So this is our finished part. So you can see I added some flats here. I maybe could add something like a kind of extension out here, or a flange on the end to put this on. Because I have actually cut, you can see I've cut an O-ring into the inside here, which means that I'm gonna have, I'll actually turn on section view, which means we do have a pretty thin wall here, but I think it should be fine. I'm not too worried. Now we just have to export this and send it off to get made. So I'm gonna get this made at JLC CNC. They're not sponsoring this channel, although they have sponsored my other electronics channel before, which you should check out if you're into that type of thing. As for materials we're using for this is actually made of aluminium or aluminum, which I'm a little bit surprised by. These are usually made from steel. And I think they did this for a couple of reasons. One, to save weight. Also, these aren't really under a whole lot of stress. Once that's tightened in there, there's very little kind of dynamic load on it, so it does make sense. It's also magnetic, which would be a pain if this was all steel. So I'm actually gonna get mine made with aluminum as well. I mean, it is an important part for your bike. It does hold your brake on, but I'm not overly worried about the stresses on it, because once this thing is tightened in, the loads are going through other parts of the bike and there's not really that much dynamic load. So it should be fine. I mean, Brompton thought it was fine, so I'm gonna follow their lead on that one. So cool, let's go get this sent off to the CNCing. So here we have my part, and it looks great. Super well finished. It looks dimensionally correct. I've got my pedal here, and that fits on with a tiny bit of slop. So that means I toleranced it correctly. Now we've just got to put the threads into this end. You can really see that. And then I've got to find an O-ring to hold the pedal in, because right now this just slides in and it just falls out. So I'm going to find an O-ring that fits this quite well, and then hopefully I could put that in. I'm going to put that O-ring onto this little groove on the inside here, and then hopefully that will kind of hold the pedal in place so it doesn't come out. Maybe this will work. Well, that was kind of a pain. The space in here is super tiny. I don't know who designed it, but it was kind of hard to get an O-ring in there. But I found a little thin 1mm one, and that pedal slides in like that, super snug, so I don't have to worry about it coming off when it's on the bike. These also have some grease on them when they're being used, so I think that'll slide in pretty easily once everything wears in. So now I just have to bring this part to work, tap the thread in here, and install it on my bike. Here we are, the final product. I've threaded the end here. Originally it was a little bit tight. I just put a drop of wax lube on there, and now this works pretty much perfectly. The dimensions on this are almost bang on. It works perfectly. Like the dimensions here, this length, this one, the inner dimension here. I could have made this a little bit bigger, but it was exactly as I expected. So amazingly, one of my projects worked out first try, which never happens, but that's a good sign. There is a couple of issues with it. It's very thin in here. That wall where between the O-ring and the wrench flat here is super thin, less than 1mm. And originally the reason I did that was because I didn't have a way of making wrench flats any farther out, right? This is 15 mil in diameter, and I think this is a 13 mil wrench flat. 14 would have not been enough flat. And I didn't want to go bigger diameter here because I thought it would interfere with the bike. But actually this sticks out enough, maybe 5 mil out of the bike, that we could actually potentially make that a little bit bigger diameter and then increase the size of our wrench flat measurement to give us more room for an O-ring. Now the O-ring I designed this around was 1 mil thick and then 18 mil, I think it was 18 mil, inner diameter. And then this was slightly less than 1 mil recessed here, which would allow the O-ring to squeeze in a bit. I actually think it would be better to use a 2 mil O-ring with a bit of a bigger groove, because I think that would grab onto the pedal a little bit nicer and allow it to go in and out a little bit better. This one is a little bit tight when it first goes in. This hasn't been a problem, but I think it would be a little bit better if it had a little bit more kind of, if it was smoother to go in and then it had a little bit of grab. Also, one thing I didn't think about was when this is on the bike, this is sealed with the brake caliper. And it actually creates like some suction there, which can make it jammed on a bit. Not really a problem because you've got the whole pedal to pull on, but it's a bit funny. Completely successful. I've got a completely functional MKS pedal holder for my Brompton. And if I ever upgrade to one of the other Bromptons with a carbon fork or something like that, this should work on that one as well. So let's go fit this on the bike and I'll show you the ins and outs of how to install it. It's super easy. So that's it, this project's over. Was it worth it? Well, from a time and money standpoint, certainly not. But I learned a lot of things, it was kind of fun, and it goes to show just how much thought and work goes into even the smallest parts on your bike. So, thanks for watching, I'll see you next time. It is freezing out, so I'm gonna go grab a coffee.